live, but we'll have to wait and see if someone joins so I can check. Oh, dear me, it's quite warm in here today. How are you? I'm just going to go on YouTube and see if I have gone live, because you can't tell. Yes, I think I am live. Oh, it says it's coming up. I'm not sure if I'm live or not. Oh, I've got someone joined. That must be me. Yeah, I can see myself. I'm definitely live. Right. So hopefully we'll get some people join. Otherwise, I'll be talking to myself for the next hour or so, which I don't mind. It's been a while since I did a live. I've been away. I've been to Mauritius. It was, excuse me, I'm just faffing. It was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, and I didn't have a clue what was going on most of the time. Oh, hello, we have 3 people watching. Say hello in the chat, please, and hopefully I can get some interaction. Oh, sorry, I'm just faffing with me bits. Me bits. I've got my microphone here. You can see it. Who's in the chat? Melanistic Marble. Hello. Is me sound okay? Because I've had a few issues with me sound. Someone complained about it again, like as if I haven't got ears. I definitely know that I've had some issues with me sound. Hello, Paul. Helen Webberley sends her best regards. Yes, well, I've got an update on all of that. And Paul, hi Kelly, hope you had a good trip. Sorry I can't join much, I'm on phone. Well, hopefully you can hang about and watch, even if you can't join in. Please confirm your pronouns. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, Paul, but don't do that here. You don't need to confirm. You don't need me to confirm me pronouns because it's obvious. How is your Helen Webberley hunting? Is it okay if I tell everyone about our email exchange, Paul? Because it's quite interesting, isn't it? Why is it so hot in here? The radiator is on and it's been sunny, that's probably why. So yes, I do have an update about NCPS. Helen and the trans waffle can only resort to making complaints to regulators because they have no other arguments. Absolutely. So Paul's going after Helen Webberley. So if you have any evidence or anything, please get in touch with me and I can put you in touch with Paul, because everybody needs a Paul to go. We really do need people going after her. She is, well, I don't know if I've got any polite words, and I don't really want to swear at everybody. Yeah, so my trip, 12-hour flight. Before that I had to get a train to London. Before that I had to get the metro to Newcastle. So and then once I got to London, so metro to Newcastle, train to London, Thames link to Gatwick, then 12-hour flight, and then reversed on the way back, and then of course an hour's drive on the other side. It was pretty grueling, the journey. I've never been, like, the furthest I've been is, I don't know if Morocco or Greece or Turkey is furthest. Those are the furthest places I've been. or maybe Slovenia, I don't know. Anyway, this was the longest plane journey I've ever been on, and it was absolutely, I mean, everything went fine, but it was really hard, really uncomfortable, and I'm thinking about upgrading next time because it was so uncomfortable. Get a bit more space, maybe, because I do have to go back because my son isn't married yet, so we'll have to go back for the Mauritian wedding. But yes, I have an update about the NCPS malarkey. And the update is that I am now taking them to court. So, shall I give you a brief overview? Catherine Harvey, hello. Hey, I've been binging your videos. Have you just found me? Thank you for watching. And I'm sorry I haven't been around for the last month because I've been to Mauritius for a bit of a break. Why didn't you just identify as a business class passenger? Well, because I would have still been squashed into the chair. But anyway, yes, if only. Yeah, so NCPS, basically, Helen Webberley and 4 other people, so that was 5 in total, complained about me for making comments on social media. And not only are my views protected under the Equality Act as beliefs, even though the fact, yes, this is Webberley, this is Helen Webberley, her, she's evil woman, and Paul is going after her. So if you've got any evidence about her, then get in touch with me and I can put you in touch with Paul because he's going after her. Anyway, where were we? Yes, so I made some comments like humans can't change sex, and she said that what did she say? She said that I denied the existence of gender identity in the Equality Act. Even though I didn't say anything about gender or gender identity, I said humans can't change sex. I was very specific about using sex, not gender. I wasn't talking about gender because I think gender is nonsense. But anyway, the NCPS complaints process is quite clear that only clients, either actual, past or future clients, can complain about a counsellor. And but the NCPS decided to take their complaint seriously and suspend me. And they say that they suspended me because I had outed someone on social media as a complainant, but they'd already said on social media that they were going to complain about me, so I hadn't breached anybody's confidentiality. She'd already said, and this wasn't Helen Webberley, this was someone who works for an alternative professional body. She had already outed herself that she was going to complain, and she did that publicly, so I did not breach her confidentiality by doing that. But they said that I was undermining the complaints process. Well, no, they were undermining the complaints process because it wasn't a complaint. It wasn't a valid complaint. Anyway, to cut a long story short, FSU got involved. They were brilliant. They provided loads of evidence. And eventually my suspension was overturned. But they haven't apologised for what they've done. They've kind of admitted that they got it wrong. But not good enough in my opinion. So I want to put in a complaint, but I thought, well, no, there's more to this. Like, I want more information. So I decided to put in a subject access request, and I got the wording from someone else, and it was very comprehensive, and they sent me the subject access request, but basically all it was what I'd already seen myself. And they have they've admitted that there was, I said 55 in another video, but I think it's 65. I get mixed up with emails, with numbers, sorry. But basically, the they've gotten a lot of over 50 emails that they have, but they're refusing to send them because they're saying that it undermines the complaints process. But it's not a live complaint, and so basically they're putting the people who complained about me, who did that to attack me and try to get me to lose my work, that they're protecting them and not my rights to my own data. So they've also said that there's no minutes regarding my suspension or the process or anything, which is clearly wrong because they've got a lot of information. They've responded to me in a lot of detail. So they've got some sort of record which they're refusing to give to me. So I complained to the ICO. They have said they're not going to investigate it. They're just going to keep a record of it, but have said that I can take it further to the court. And I've also complained to the PSA, which is, I can't remember what it stands for, but it's basically their regulator. And basically because they've said that they're not keeping evidence. They're not keeping basic records about what they're doing. So I think that's in breach of their regulation, their professional standards, whatever. I don't know if it's regulation actually, but anyway. So I haven't heard back from PSA yet, but I have heard back from the ICO. They've said they're not going to do anything, but they've said that I can take it to court. And I was like, do I really want to do that? And then I thought, do you know what? I do. Why are they withholding these emails? What on earth is in them? So I'm going to take them to court. So I've written a letter before action saying they've got 14 days to give me the emails. Otherwise, I'm going to go to court. It's going to cost us 300 quid, but I think it's worth it to find out what's been said about me. So let's just go back to some of these comments. Helen is utterly deranged. Totally agree. Yes. The other thing that happened while I was away was that I got into a spat. Have you come across Janet Murray? She's been on my podcast. She's been on twice. She's ex-Guardian journalist, and she's had her own business for quite a long time, and like 10 years or something, maybe longer, can't remember. And she was cancelled last year for saying that she didn't like the term pregnant people. She's lost all business, which is how I connected with her. And she had put out a post about yeeting your teats. So it was a greetings card in a mainstream shop celebrating a woman cutting off her breasts. And I got really annoyed because there was something really stressful going on while I was away, which I won't go into, but I was really stressed. It was really hot. And then I had her calling me names, and I just went, GFY, go. But I didn't write it out. I just lost my temper. And she said she was going to report me. And she's a psychologist, so I might just report her because she's flipping nuts. Anyway, so she said that she was going to report me. So I was like, oh, not this again. But I haven't had anything through, so I think it's been over a week. So I think maybe NCPS have learnt the lesson. So, I didn't know you could fly from Gatwick. I always flew long haul premium economy. It's worth a bit extra without breaking the bank. Well, it's actually double if I go premium economy. Yeah, so you can fly Air Mauritius from either Heathrow or Gatwick. And Gatwick was a bit of a pain in the arse actually, because it's like an hour on the Thames link nearly. So yeah, let's just have a look. Where are we? She now reckons that men can have a uterus implanted and that they will be able to give birth, and to think this woman was a doctor. Doctor of what? Noddy books. Say what you really think, Paul. Sue them into the ground. Well, I don't think I'll get any money though. I'm just suing them for my emails, the data. And then once I get the data, then that's going to form the basis of a complaint. And I'm wondering why I'm a member, given that all I get is grief off them. The puberty blocker trial has been halted. It has indeed. Why it was going ahead, I've got no idea. It's disgusting. Yes, you do. Don't let this tossers get away with it. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can really get the people who complained about me. So the NCPS are the next best thing. Good for you, Kelly. Yes, indeed. And ridiculous. Not sure what that was in relation to, but the next government needs to overhaul the Equality Act 2010. Open quote, a person has the protected characteristics of gender reassignment if the person is proposing to undergo or is undergoing, I don't know what the rest of that says. I can't expand it. I don't know if it's on YouTube. It might be. So I'm laughing. Who is this psychologist? What's her name? Oh, I can't remember. Her first name was Honey. But if you're interested in looking it up, there's it's a post by Janet Murray. I think it's on her business page, Courageous Campaigns, and you can go and look up the post. It's about a greetings card saying "Yeet your teats." I'm not sure if I did take a screenshot, but I'm not sure if I kept it because, just. I was like halfway up a mountain when it happened. No, I wasn't. I'd come back down actually. Let's have a look. What day was it? It's this day. Oh, yes. Honey Lancaster James. So it's spelled Langcaster. So yeah, you can look her up. She's had a right go at Janet as well, because Janet refused to apologise on my behalf. I don't see why I should apologise to her, actually. Here's the rest of it. Has undergone or part of a process for the purpose of reassigning the person's sex by changing physiological or other attributes of sex. Well, you can't change your sex, so Gatwick's great for me. Yeah, you're probably in that area though, aren't you? Like, I was quite concerned that the train that I got on was on its way to Brighton. And I've never been to Brighton, but I've heard a lot about it. During World War II, the Nazis practiced the pseudoscience of eugenics. Yep, we all know the sick and depraved experiments that were carried out in the camps, but not even Dr. Mengele thought you could change sex. No. Oh, hello, Annie. I'm loving your knitting and your crochet videos. Half the time I don't have a clue what you're talking about, but I still watch them. Afternoon Stitch. Well, Stitch in the Sky is Annie. She's my friend Annie. Right, I've caught up with the comments now. What is it like on economy? I've often wondered what it's like when you turn right on a plane. What do you mean? It's squashed. Basically, the seat was only big enough for me bum. the armrests were literally hugging me. I couldn't fold the table down because I've put on quite a lot of weight, and my stomach swelled up as well, so I couldn't get the table down properly. So I had a bit of a situation on the way back where my tray fell off, but thankfully it didn't spill anything because it was like caught. It like got stuck, so I didn't spill anything. But then I had to use the spare. There was a best spare seat on the end, so I put the tray on there, and I just had the food, the bit that I was eating, and everything else went on the spare tray. I went on Air France via Charles de Gaulle. Yeah, I think you can do it in 2 bits, but my future daughter-in-law, she's not quite my daughter-in-law yet, but she's going to be at the end of March, so this time next month I'm gaining a daughter-in-law. so she's obviously flown back and forwards to Mauritius quite a lot because she's from there, and she did the one where you had to have a stop off at Paris, and she had loads of issues. So she said she's never doing that again because I don't know if it was lost luggage or problems with where to go or what. I can't. She did tell me. I can't remember. So she prefers to go straight through, but yeah, it is like if I go premium economy rather than economy, it's double the cost. But if I go business class, it's like 3.5 grand, and I really can't afford that. I can't justify spending 3.5 grand on a plane ride, even though I think it would be much more comfortable. Yeah, so I did get a bit of sleep, but not very much. It was so uncomfortable. I had a numb bum on the way there. So on the way back, I said, I'm going to buy some cushions on the, like, you could get those neck cushions, and I didn't bother on the way there, and I regretted it. So on the way back, I said, I'm getting some cushions, and I bought 4, and it cost me 50 quid. But I was just so desperate not to be uncomfortable. But I still was, because like you can't lie down properly, and like as soon as I like did that, like my hips weren't supported in the seat because it's not flat properly. Oh, it was just awful. So I was constantly moving because I was so uncomfortable. So yeah, not good. But the trip itself went really well. I met loads of my future daughter-in-law's family. We were treated like royalty. We were really well looked after, but I didn't have a bloody clue what was going on most of the time because, well, they were speaking in Creole, and I don't speak Creole, funnily enough. And there was a lot, like most of them could speak a little bit of English. Some of them spoke more than others. Um, but when they were making arrangements, they were talking in Creole. And then they would tell me something was happening, and then that didn't happen, and something else happened. Like on the last day, I was told that we're going to get a home cooked meal, and then I was told that the food was ready. We're just waiting for us, and then we went into this tool shop, and I was like, "Oh, is this where the food is?" Like, of course it wasn't. But then we started going upstairs, and I was like, "Oh, maybe there's a restaurant upstairs." Because honestly, like, we went to this like Chinese restaurant a couple of times, and it was like it wasn't even in a shopping centre. It was in an office block. It was really bizarre. Um, so my son was driving. That was exciting. uh, and like the roads, you know how tight the roads are here. They're even tighter in Mauritius. If you've never been, it's just so tight. So, and the rules are completely different. It's basically whoever chickens out loses. So, if you want to pull out of a street, you just kind of inch forward and then go, and everyone stops for you. Or they beep at you if they're not going to stop. So, you have to stop. And yeah, all of the roads, they're like one-way streets, except they are two-way, and they do pass, and like they must be like millimeters away from each other. And basically, if I lived over there and I was driving, I would drive an old banger because my car would just be scratched to bits, because there's no way I'd be very good at maneuvering. I find it hard enough here. Um, just tight spaces all the time. But yes, we had a lovely time. We stayed in an all-inclusive hotel for one weekend, and then we're at a guest house like for a week before that, and a week and a bit after that. Um, so and yeah, we're on the beach, and the sunset was amazing. But if you're wondering why I'm not really tanned, it's because I kept out of the sun, because I was with the locals. They don't do sunbathing or anything, and they think the tourists are a bit insane for going in the sun and lying in it all day, which I have to agree is not, it's probably not the best thing to do. Um, So I have caught the sun a little bit, but most of all, I've caught lots of mosquito bites. Loads and loads of mosquito bites. The mosquitoes loved me. So next time I go, I'm definitely taking repellent, lots of it. I mean, I did stick like this band that I had left over from a different trip in my bag. But yeah, but I did learn a really good trick. So I don't know if you all know this, but I've never heard this before. So it's a really good tip if you have been bitten by mosquitoes. You put Vicks on it. So you know this stuff that you when you've got a blocked nose. Well, sometimes when I lie down, I get blocked up, so I always take my Vicks with me so that I'm not like coughing and anyway. I'm not going to go into details, but I always have some with me, so I had it there anyway. And so me son's future mother-in-law said it. She doesn't speak a lot of English, but she said the odd word. And when she heard I'd been bitten, she was like, "Oh, Vicks." And I was like, "Did she just say Vicks?" And I thought, nah, she couldn't have meant that. Well, then she said it again, like a day or so later. And my future daughter-in-law also said it. I was like, "Really? Really? You put Vicks on?" And they were like, "Yes." So I tried it, and oh my God. Like, so I went from like scratching like this, and I've got some really bad bites on my legs, to putting the Vicks on, and it didn't help straight away. But yeah, really, really good. And it made the redness go away and everything. So if you ever get bitten by mosquitoes, take your Vicks and just slather it on. It's really good. What else have I got to tell you? Well, nothing really, because I haven't done any work for 2 weeks, 3 weeks nearly. Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks today since I went. So yeah, I need some new people. Oh, I've got something to tell you actually. So so somebody posted on a local Facebook group that they want to set up a LBGTQ whatever safe space cafe, and I was just like, oh my God. So I screenshot it and I sent it to me local TERFs, and I was like, oh look. And I just didn't know where to start. Like, my head wasn't in the space of like saying anything at that point. I didn't. But then Annie, who's on here, Stitch in the Sky, she went on and said something, and then I replied, and we're talking about how women are attacked by that community. Oh, hello, husband's here. You've missed like the first half hour. You'll have to rewind it. So yeah, so this post, and Annie had said, I went to Whitley Bay, and they were well, basically we had a mob complaining that we're talking about our rights. So they protested us, and anyway, so I commented as well. And so a local person to where I live, who's a trans man, who I've looked up on LinkedIn, and is definitely a woman, who says she's a man. She's a man. She's not a woman. She's a man. Like, no, you're not. Anyway, she said she wanted to come on the podcast. So I was like, well, what are you going to talk about? And what have you got to offer the conversation? And she's basically trying to have a debate with me. So I have been really, like, she's trying to control what I say and how I say it. And why aren't you focusing on this instead of what you're actually talking about? And why did you have a detransitioner on? Because that's got nothing to do with women's rights. And I'm like, don't you tell me what I do on my podcast, because that's up to me. Right, Paul is talking about Vicks, Journal of American Academy of Dermatology, suggesting that menthol has been used since antiquity to ease itching. It works by affecting itch receptors. Did you just make that up? the Wi-Fi password community. I love it. 100%. Are you talking about the menthol? I think you might have made that up about affecting the itch receptors. Apparently it's itchy because the mosquitoes' saliva does something. I don't really want to think about it, to be honest. Anyway, use Vicks, it's really good. It unblocks your nose and stops you from itching. So yeah, so I've been having these email exchanges with this woman, and yeah, I really, really like. I think it would probably make a good content, but I think it's going off topic. And the fact that she's trying to tell me what I should and shouldn't talk about. She thinks that reform abolishing the Equality Act is going to really, really be detrimental to women. And why have I not talked about that? Well, because actually I agree with reform on that one. So yes, politics, like what on earth? The political landscape has just blown up since I've been away, hasn't it, as well? You didn't make it up, you checked. Okay. I'll have to believe you then. Yeah, like, so Restore, I have to think because the names are so similar. Restore's now set up, and Rupert Lowe, I have to say, everything that he's said so far, I totally agree with him. And Reform are trying to twist what he said, and I just think it's ridiculous. My hair's a little bit wavy today, isn't it? But this is quite straight considering what it's been like. When I was away, it was just like a frizzy mess, and it was so hot I couldn't be bothered to do anything with it. Yeah, so, and there's loads of fighting, isn't there, with Reform and Restore, and oh yeah. But like on the way to Gatwick, when I was going through London, I met up with Janet because she was around. So I met up with her for a coffee. So I was getting all the gossip off her because she's been doing some work for GB News. So I'm not going to share what she's told me, but yeah, she's been helping out there. So yeah, she's doing really well, I think. Although I don't think she's making money yet, but I think she's really causing a stir because she's got all these flipping idiot people on her comments telling her how wrong she is and why she's wrong. Yes, Rupert Lowe, he's just a breath of fresh air, isn't he? What everyone's thinking. And Ant Middleton, yeah, I'm not sure how able he is to get in, but I like what he says. What do people think we had before Labour introduced the Equality Act 2010? Well, exactly. We had separate acts, which is what I think we should have again. Like, we don't need one for gender identity. Definitely not. That should not be a protected characteristic, because basically what it means is that if someone's going through gender reassignment surgery, they have more rights than someone like say like a woman who's got to have a medical operation for medical reasons. That's my understanding anyway. But they've expanded it, haven't they? They go on about gender identity rather than gender reassignment, but it is actually gender reassignment. But what the Equality Act sounds really good, doesn't it? And I mean, I remember when it came out and having training on it and thinking, oh yeah, that's really good. But actually what it's created is that, like, Animal Farm two-tier justice, and it doesn't give anybody equality. It's given white men, they're like at the bottom of the pile, aren't they? And apparently we should all hate them. Well, I don't. Like, my husband's a white man, my son's a white man, like, everyone in my life who's a man is a white man. I'm probably well, I'm gonna get some brown family members soon, but everyone I'm related to, everyone who's in my community, are white men. And I don't think it's right that, like, for example, like, my husband years ago wanted to apply for this job in the NHS, but it said that they would favour women and ethnic minorities, and I was just like, well, what's the point in applying for that then? It's a mess. Yes, absolutely. And disability is way down the pecking order, especially if you look at what happened at the BAFTAs. And I'm only a little bit vaguely familiar with what happened because I wasn't really taking any notice. I wasn't paying close attention. But my understanding is that somebody with Tourette's had a tick and called someone the N-word that you're not allowed to say. I would say it because it's just a word, and I'm not directing it at anybody, but I better not, in case I get reported to the police. So anyway, he had said that word, and the BBC was slated for leaving it up, and then that guy got absolutely slated. So his disability was less important than someone else who was brown or black or whatever. It's evil that they can get trans surgery ahead of women getting life-saving surgery. Yes, and I have a story about this. So during the lockdowns, I was going to London quite a lot, like once a month through the summer. I'm just distracted because I can see the River Tyne from here, and there seems to be an awful lot of smoke coming from somewhere down there. So I'm just wondering what's happening. Anyway, yeah, so during the lockdowns, I was going to London quite regularly with a woman who was very upset that her child was identifying out of her sex, and she needed a hysterectomy and wasn't able to get one because of lockdowns, and yet her daughter was able to get a double mastectomy in the middle of all that chaos. Just not on, is it? And that her daughter has now, she thinks she's in a gay relationship and she's had a baby. So and my friend is not supportive of that at all. I think she just avoids talking about it now. She doesn't agree with it or anything. So Neil's Yard citronella, mozzies hate them and it smells divine. Oh, I like Neil's Yard. I will check that out. Thank you. I had somebody said years ago that Avon something so soft, I can't remember what you call it, was good, but I did try that and it didn't work, so I chucked that in the bin. Because no, I didn't. I gave all my leftover toiletries because I didn't want to carry them home. I left them. Yeah, what a shame. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Sorry, Catherine. Oh, about my friend, yeah. So yeah, she's a grandma now, but it's a bit complicated, bless her. Anyway, yeah, I saw her when we went to London for the Unite the Kingdom thing, so that was good. Anybody going to the Unite the Kingdom in May? It feels like a long way away. There's another thing as well. There's going to be a what do you call it, Battle of Ideas in Manchester, and I was thinking about going to that, but yeah, I probably won't because I've got something else come up locally. So it's Fizz in the City, where you get free fizz all like for 2 hours. So I'm going to go to that business network. So yes, it's been quite eventful. So yeah, have we got anything else to talk about that I've forgotten? I don't think so. Basically, I'm looking for guests for my channel. So if you know anybody or you would like to come on, just drop me a message. You can book a slot on my website, kellyoliverdougall.co.uk. It's in the bio on YouTube as well, so you should be able to find that quite easily. I'm going as I'm a good friend of Nick Tenconi. Oh, are you? Excellent. Yeah, we're hobnobbing with the stars here, aren't we? Yeah, I've just been watching him on the Lotus Eaters. I've been like catching up with what's been happening. I did watch a bit of it while I was away, but the second room that I had in the guest house wasn't as good as the first one, and it didn't have a smart telly. So like in the first part, I was able to connect my YouTube and watch it on the TV, but the second room I had just didn't. Oh yes, the puberty blocker trial, it's been suspended. Well, I mean, I just don't think it should have gone ahead in the first place. I mean, ridiculous. And I think what they're saying is that they're going to follow up with the kids who are already taking them. Why didn't they do that in the first place? And yeah, I might be getting any of these details wrong because I haven't been paying attention. I've been absolutely knackered, as you can imagine. Like that return journey, it took like 24 hours. So drive to the airport an hour, then obviously like check in and everything. You have to be there 3 hours before. So, and then plane took off at 10:30, and then or maybe 11. Anyway, it said it was going to be quicker than they thought. So they were gonna leave late so that they would land on time. Like just, oh. And then plane 12 hours, then another train to King's Cross, and then King's Cross. Oh, yeah. Bridget Phillipson saying a 5-year-old boy can wear a dress to school. Well, in my day, sorry, I sound old, I know, but in my day, if a boy had turned up to school wearing a dress, he would have had the pay taken out of him. And yeah, but like, why would a boy want to wear a dress? Like, I think that, like, I'm not condoning bullying or anything, but there's certain, like, things that, like, are socially acceptable for a reason. And I'm not saying that boys should never do things that are outside their gender, but going to school in a dress, like, why? Like, what's the purpose? Are they seeking attention? Or but anyway, for her to say that, and she's the one who's she just won't come out and release the guidance that we don't even need, but like, people are using it as an excuse, aren't they, to not follow the law. It's infuriating. So it's going to be a year, isn't it, since the Supreme Court. And yeah, just loads has happened since I've been away, hasn't it? So yeah, I think I've talked about everything. What do you think about boys wearing dresses at school? Do you think they should be allowed? I know, like, some people probably think that they should, but like, is it just it's like attention seeking, isn't it? Either that, or it's like a fetish, which you shouldn't really encourage. Like, even like boys wearing nail varnish. I mean, some people might like that, but it's not something that I would encourage. It's a political statement from the parents. Yeah, like, I've got a couple of cousins who are male, who are younger than me, and like, they were encouraged with all that. They weren't allowed to have guns when they were little. So do you know what they did? They made guns out of Lego. Yeah. So yeah, there's just things that boys are interested in, isn't there? Most boys. And I'm not saying that. Yeah, I suppose they should be allowed to explore things innocently, but like, if you're going to school, you wear a uniform. So whilst in your spare time, you should be able to explore things. And maybe, I'm not sure. Like, so when my son was little, I was doing a childcare course, and it was all PC this and PC that, and we're encouraged boys and girls to play with the other toys. But like, I remember encouraging this boy to play with a doll, and he just looked at me as if I was nuts. Like, what? Yeah, so even at like the age of 2.5, and you could argue that that is because they've been socialized, but probably not. Yeah, he would have been made to change him ID. Such lunacy. Yes, I think probably we should keep that sort of thing out of schools and workplaces. If you're going to parade around looking like that, do it in your own home. And even then, no, because we've got all these trans widows coming out, haven't we? But anyway, just before I went, I had Edge of the Matrix got in touch because I met him at the Darlington Nurses trial in Newcastle. He came up and he was filming, and I was on his films. I was on his video. And we talked about him coming on my podcast, and then he was too busy. He was going away, and then he messaged me just as I was going away. So I'm going to get back in touch with him and see if he still wants to do that. So that would be good. It's inbuilt that the majority of kids naturally follow stereotypes. Yeah, because that's why they're stereotypes, isn't it? Obviously. So yeah, so I'm hoping that Edge of the Matrix will come on. So that's Steve James, hoping he will come on. I can't think that I've got anyone else lined up. Edge of the Matrix. So yeah, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be posting every Wednesday, because I have been releasing a video every week, an interview. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing that because I think I was working too hard before I had a rest and I went away. So we'll see how it goes. I might do more reaction videos, but if you do know of guests, it's relentless trying to find people to come on the podcast all the time, especially releasing once a week. So yeah, it does get that's the bit that takes a lot of work. And then people say yes, and then they just don't follow through. So it's hard. And yeah, probably because my channel's small as well. Like if I had a bigger channel, then they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm coming on. But yeah, I've had some really good guests considering me podcast's small. I've had Sal Grover, I've had Connie Shaw, I've had Janet Murray, I've had what did I say, Sal Grover? I can't remember. I'm just going to repeat myself. I've had Kelly J. Keane. I have had Annie twice. I've had Claire Dimian. She's really good. And I wanted to get her back on, but stuff's been happening in her life, so she wasn't able to commit to that. I've had various people from the Party of Women come on. I've had someone from the Lesbian Action Group, and that's taken an interest, and so that's been in court this week. The Lesbian Action Group, who I interviewed Nicole Mowbray from the Lesbian Action Group last year, and she was talking that lesbians weren't able to meet without including trans women, so men, and they didn't like that, so they'd been meeting in secret, and they've taken a court action which is similar to Sal Grover's action, and it's been in court. I don't know if there's been an outcome, I haven't seen that yet, but they've all been doing that, so there's going to be hopefully some movement in Australia. I've also had Jasmine Sussex and Angie Jones from Australia. I've had Katrina, is it Biggs or Briggs? I was getting confused. And Di Landy, who's Rex Landy's sister. I've had those on twice. Yeah, I've had some really good guests. Oh, but Annie, yours was a really good story. You might not be famous. Unfortunately, the first interview that I did with Annie was it was really good content, but the software that I was using was a bit rubbish, so it didn't work very well. The sound was terrible. So yeah, I've had some really good guests. And Annie's not famous, but the whole point of my podcast when I started it was to get ordinary women on. Oh, and I've had loads of trans widows on as well. Not forgetting, so Joy, Uta Hagen, I'm surprised she hasn't popped in. Although I've heard there's a lot of snow. I mean, she was talking about going skiing before I went away. And while I was away, there was a snow, and like the family I was staying with were putting BBC News on all the time. I was like, oh. So I had to educate them about the BBC. Anyway, it was going on and on and on about New York having loads of snow and them having to dig it out and all of this. So maybe Uta is having a bit of a snowed in time. Hopefully not. Hope she's okay. I need to check her out and see what she's up to. And I've had Joy. She was so lovely. She is a lovely woman. She's been badly affected by this. I've had Michael, the detransitioner. I've had Jenny Kimmel, trans widow. Oh, and I've had Tracy Shannon, trans widow. I've had loads of really good guests. Really good guests. She is around. I saw a comment earlier. Excellent. She'll probably just have she'll be in her garden shoveling snow or maybe skiing or something. But yeah, I will send her an email and see how she is. But I'm gonna go because I've been on for nearly an hour and I'm talking to myself. That's what it feels like, you know, when I go live. Just feel like I'm babbling on. But anyway, yes. So take care. I hope you've enjoyed me updates, and if you missed any of it, you can go back and rewind. Catherine has a question. I started my YouTube channel in September 2024, and it was after I stood for the Party of Women in the election. I wanted to keep talking about this issue, so I started my channel then. And yes, so it's going okay, but it's hard work. And yeah, so yes, have a good weekend. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Me and Ian are having steak Saturday tonight, which is only Friday, because he's going out tomorrow. So I usually get a curry when he goes out, but I'm sick of chili. So I forgot to tell you about that bit about me time away, but I'm not going to get into it now. But basically, there was chili and everything. So yes, have a good weekend. I'm going to get my nails done because they're a mess. Like, they're chipped and everything because it's been like 3 weeks since I had them done, and the heat's cracked them and everything. So yes, have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll have a video for you soon, apart from this one.